needing a meeting. Carol's running a little bit late. She had a dentist thing to deal with, but she'll be here when she can. I'm just gonna take a look here through the chat. We got CK, Henny. Hi, ladies. We've got Anik too. Hello. Well, I can fully admit I'm needing a meeting today. It's been a day that decided to go sideways, but that's okay. That's okay. It just means that there's other things added to my list. Hi, Misty. Other things added to my list, and the more that I'm able to break it down on the list, it's the easier it gets. But for now, lots of questions I've been waiting for answers. There's some answers, but not full answers, so that makes it a little bit difficult, but it's okay. How's everybody else doing tonight? Hi, Tommy Bird. How are you doing? Tonight I might have to, hi, Tony. I might have to leave it in the hands of Carol and everybody, Carol when she gets here and everybody else. It is the night that I do it's called Le Virage. Again, I'm in Canada, I'm in Quebec. And it is a drug and alcohol counseling program. So I have a 13-week recovery management program. And I am focusing on staying proud of myself for the fact that when I reached out to this program, there's 3 different levels to it. And the first 2 levels I've essentially done on my own, which is pretty good, feels pretty good. So I'm just left with the last program, which is recovery management. And I don't know, today is, hi, Christy. Today's a day that I wouldn't say that I'm struggling. I'm not having any cravings, but it's definitely a day that in the past, I would have automatically gone to, okay, I need to get the heck out of my head, and the clarity that I have now I'm grateful for. So it's a good focus for me to keep going. Hey, Cosmic. Hey, Gordo. My brain is going blank a lot today. I apologize, guys. I'm going to say it's a little bit of a stress factor. Oh, what else? And Rebecca, how you doing? Oh, let's get over here. I got Ben. Hi, Ben. Ah, it's a day. It's a day, that's for sure. But it's okay. Trying to find the positives in it.
Sure.
Right?
So it's that bad, huh?
Well, it started off okay. Like I woke up going, I'm a little bit tired. It's I could use a couple extra hours of sleep, but I got to get up and I got to get it going. Mm-hmm. And then I had called for a doctor's appointment like 3 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. I got a call back the following week. So basically what you have to do here is you call a number. They then get somebody else to call you back, and that person will get somebody else to call you back, and then you get a doctor's appointment. But when it came down to the time of the doctor's appointment, sorry, I'm trying to get Rebecca in there. When it came down to the time for the doctor's appointment, she had said, I can't get a hold of the office, so what I'm going to do is call you back. And I waited a couple weeks, and I kept calling in between there going, I'm concerned I'm getting, left off to the wayside. So today I called to check to see where it's at, and guess what? The request has been canceled. So then I put another request in, and then that person tells me, well, the request that you're asking for, we don't do. And I'm just like, what do you mean? Like, I need referrals for a couple of things, and that means that I need to talk to a doctor. And they're just like, well, we don't do that. But on top of it, my request was put in English, but I had somebody French call me back, and then they didn't speak any English. So then I had to get a social worker to help me. So they canceled that request. So now I've called back for a second time today, a third time in general in this situation to open up another request. So I've got that going, but one of the workers here was just like, hey, we will make sure that we try another avenue as well. So now I've got 2 different avenues going for this. I talked to somebody about housing in the area in which I'm going. It's a wait list. It's a decent wait list, even with me being moved up the list. And then it's okay. So now I have the social aid stuff to take in tomorrow, take it directly to the office, but explain I'm waiting on one more thing because the government needs to mail me a letter. I need a code off of this letter to do this other step, and then I'll give you a confirmation code.
Oh my God.
So it's like this weekend, or not this weekend, sorry, this week has just kind of gone sideways, like immediately.
Yeah. I bet.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
So I'm trying to just focus on like the positive in it.
Oh, man. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
oh my goodness.
it's news I was wishing it wasn't.
Uh-huh.
Right. Yeah.
And the stress has raised today and yesterday, and it's like the blank spots are. I can't say that they're coming back. It happens with stress. Your cortisol levels go up. You've got, you're already thinking 1,000 things at once.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, oh, how do I function? The brain just goes, oh, wait a second, thinking circle.
Yeah.
So I've already been upstairs into the office and been like, okay, this day I just want to say it's effed, and I like left and like a whole bunch of like F-bombs, and then they looked at me and go, you're still doing a good job. I'm like, okay, that's good to know, but it still does feel good right now. Right? So, and then Tuesdays are just busy. Tuesdays are just crazy. There's a house meeting at 1:30. Then I choose not to miss this meeting. And then I have a meeting from 6 to 7:30. So by the time that I get to shut off for the day, it's about 8 o'clock.
Wow.
And then I completely forgot. Thank goodness it was in my phone, but I completely forgot about a case manager meeting with Le Virage. And that was at 1 o'clock, and that went to about 1:45. And then I'm just like, I'm running into the house meeting late, apologizing. So, oh man, I'm like, I wasn't too sure how today was going to go, but guess what? This is how it's going. This is how it's going. Oh, goodness. I'm just reading Henny's thing here. And because I initiated it, we've got the cell phone version.
Yeah, I keep trying to, it's not letting me adjust the orientation.
I'm going to see if I can try here again. It's not letting me change it. And I see Carol there. I just don't know how to get, wait. I know how to get Carol there. Remember, we have to change something. There she is. She's at the bottom.
Oh.
Hi, Carol. Sorry about that.
That's okay. It's not, it's, now it won't let me push the button, but just underneath the screen to the left, you'll see an orientation of this and that.
I keep trying to switch it to the computer and it just won't.
Yeah, mine won't either.
I'm unsure why.
Orientation selection is not available while live.
Oh.
Darn it.
Well, how's everybody doing?
Tired. How are you doing?
Good. I just got back from the dentist's office.
How did it go?
Well, let's just say it's not cheap to have bad gums.
No. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Boy, this is just a fun all the way around, I think, today.
Oh, y'all having fun too? Has it been a fun day for y'all too?
Carol went sideways.
My day was easy, but I'm still waiting to hear from her Rebecca.
No, I was just looking at the chat and starred a couple things going, I'm trying to get, because Carol, you do this because you've done it much more than I have, but like trying to juggle it all. And I'm not very good at that. And, but try it. I'm doing pretty good. I saw my partner got lots of cuddles last night. So that was awesome. And then today I had occupational therapy and was reminded how much better I'm doing than I was doing like the whole long COVID thing. Cause I go back and forth between the hopeless, helpless feeling of, that what is this going to be what I'm always going to feel like.
Right.
And she reminded me that in the last place, so I've only been in this apartment 5 months or 6 months. I haven't been here very long, but my breathing, that was the main one. The breathing is way, way, way better. I don't need as much of my inhalers. I'm not having the problems. I'm not as out of breath. I don't like all the things that were an issue in my last place. I'm not having here.
Wow.
And so she reminded me, she's like, the things like that and how bad that was, that could have put your whole recovery way back because of all we talked about the cortisol and how much stress I was under there, not just emotional stress, but all the stress on my body. And now that my lungs were having issues and all of that kind of stuff, how much better I'm doing since I moved. I mean, I still kind of feel like I cheat a little bit because I make it easy, but I'm doing like a salad. I couldn't eat and make myself a salad before. I'd have to buy the bag of salad that maybe I'd dump in a bowl. We're not cutting any vegetables because there wasn't the energy to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, there just wasn't any of the ability because, there was a stretch I would open a can of soup and I would be so fatigued just opening a can of soup.
My word.
So there was several months where all I ate was soup because there's not a lot. There's just no energy to do anything. And then I would go lay down again and sleep. I was sleeping a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know that I kept track of that, but she just reminded me of that because she was in OT. We'd started it, 3 or 4 months after the diagnosis because my doctor, it was one of the things they recommended. And we were just looking at basic coping things because my brain also couldn't process. I still have this issue, but the brain isn't able to troubleshoot things the way I used to. So like somebody would say, before, so I would say like, I want to have carrot, but I don't have the energy to chop it. Like somebody reminding you can get matchstick carrots in the bag. Somebody would have to remind me because I wouldn't think of it. So just kind of that level. And
sure,
I'm much better about that kind of thing now.
That's good.
And it's so OT, I had a 2:00 OT appointment and then kind of napped cuddling DJ. So I'm doing okay because I just had a nap right before this.
I've been doing too much Scientology watching. Every time I hear OT, I keep expecting like OT3. Did you hear about Xenu? That kind of thing. But yeah, it makes sense.
Yes, occupational therapy for me. Yeah, so it was good. It was just a really good reminder of, things are not where I would like them to be. But I had a really good one-on-one with my boss today. And my appointment with OT, she reminded me where I've come from, where I was at when she first met me, and where I'm at now, and kind of the reminders about the difference in environment and how it took me 4 months to move and downside and all of that stuff, and how exhausting and, all the things, but it's so worth it. It was all so worth it. So I am feeling pretty good today. So there's a little bit of hope. I guess that's part of it. It just gave me a little bit of hope that I struggle with. I struggle a lot with, especially now that we're getting really close to the 2-year anniversary. So that's the part that I think is the worst.
I didn't realize you've been going through this a whole 2 years.
It'll be 2 years at the end of April.
Wow.
And so that's the part, I think if it had been a year, I would have been okay. This isn't great, but I'm doing much better. The fact that it's now 2 years almost.
Yeah.
I mean, in the beginning, I couldn't quilt. I couldn't cut fabric straight. I mean, there's a lot of things I've had to relearn. So there's lots of really good things. So even moving wasn't, even before the move, I was like relearning how to cut fabric. Just because there's how I would do it, my brain just didn't work. So, but now I can do that. And, there's just, it just feels good that it's a little bit of, okay, there's some hope now. We're getting better. No, it's not perfect. No, it's not where you'd like it to be. The fatigue is still there. The chronic fatigue is still there. But it was good to have that reminder. And I think I really needed it today. So, so I'm doing much better than I was when I started this morning. So I'm good. That was a long story to say that I'm actually pretty good.
Signposts are important for things like that, to let you know, because we're used to being in that, but it's nice to have signposts because change is so gradual we don't notice it until you have some kind of metric to look at.
Right. Yeah, and the fact that I tend to make the salad in the middle of the day versus cooking at night. I'll do a weekend pot roast. I've been doing a lot of pot roast because I can do that on the weekend when you cut the carrots up and potatoes and everything. I can do that on the weekend and then I eat that all week. So I do some meal prep that way, or I'm taking a pork chop out and I don't really have to do much for it because at the end of the day, I don't cook because I just don't have the energy to do it.
Yeah.
So I love it. So you get the last of it before I need to take another break. and then I might have a little bit of energy before bed to clean the litter box and stuff. Yeah.
That's.
Have you ever heard of the vagus nerve?
Yes.
I had a friend who had long-term COVID, and she was kind of doing some research into the vagus nerve and ways to get it straightened out or whatever. And she felt like that might be
Lose me a bit there, Carol.
She felt like that might be okay. Wow.
While we're waiting, there we go. While we're waiting for Carol to come back, let's see here. It says 4. There she is. There we go. Got you back.
She felt like that might be a
way to kind of get the body's synapses firing correctly again. I don't know for sure, but do we have someone else here? We do.
We do. There she is, Christy. Hi. I'm sorry, I did the phone thing again, and I didn't realize to change it first. So one thing that I do just want to bring up quick before I forget, Tara had said that she's feeling a bit flat today, no emotion, yet on the verge of tears. Any tip?
It starts with an A. It's a form of, it's like what is the name of it? It's a long name, starts with an A, has to do with just not feeling motivated, not able to get into life.
Apathy, yeah.
No, it's a longer word than that. It is a type of, like a temporary type of depression type of thing that you can that comes and goes.
Mm-hmm.
It's very common when you're coming out of drug and alcohol heavy use. You have tricked your body's dopamine system so long that it's just kind of like it's decided, okay, I'm shutting this part of you down, and you just don't, the pleasure centers of the brain don't. And my son mentioned it the other day, anhedema or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
And there are lots of YouTube videos on it.
Oh, and
it can occur for a lot of different reasons.
I can't pronounce it. It's a big long word. Anhedonia.
Anhedonia or something like that.
Yeah, that's
something like that.
Oh,
yeah, that's what
okay.
That might be, if it just hit her, then that might be what's going on. Or, it could be some kind of fluctuation with the season, February is not an easy month. It's odd too, because the days are starting to get longer. And yet I still struggle with seasonal things in February. And for some reason it seems to hit me harder in February than it does some of the other months. It hits me in the other months, but it hits me hardest in February.
Probably because you're still coming out, so you have that load that you're dealing with from December, and of course January's usually January, February is usually the icky weather.
Yeah, it is.
I think
December
is romanticized.
Like here, we've got a 70-degree day. I wonder if it's kind of like, when lakes are turning over, how it stirs up all the sediment. I'm wondering if we get something similar going in our bodies as the seasons are turning. Just
absolutely.
The fluids in our body are rearranging like turning over a lake. It's just a hypothesis.
Yeah.
And I don't have any scientific anything to base it on, except for that our bodies are made up of a good portion of water.
Yeah. Make sure you drink plenty.
Yeah.
I found it's the Cleveland Clinic on anhedonia.
Anhedonia. Yeah.
It's got some things. I'm reading the part about what you can do at home. It's got exercise regularly, like taking a walk or doing yoga.
Yes. Taking a brisk walk outside, even if it's a little.
Yeah, because it increases.
That will help. Like a 30-minute walk.
Okay. So I'm getting messages saying that the chat's a little bit behind. I'm not sure why. And then we're having my landscape screw up at the same time. I'm curious, Carol, are you able to start a new link from where you are or no? Oh, where'd Carol go now?
Uh-oh.
Excuse me.
We will make this work. I'm going to make an assumption Carol will be back. We probably can't change it midstream, but based on what we've had. But so Cosmic actually I could show. Oh, Cosmic's joining.
Yes.
Oh, fainted high stress moments. Okay.
Hello. We lost Christy.
Can you hear me?
Oh, no, we lost Christy.
Yep, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Cosmic.
Okay, so the vagus nerve affects lots of different parts of your body. It's like your digestive system and all that sort of stuff. So I've been spoken to about it because me being a high stress, high anxiety person, and also I have, as I said, I can't even say it, but I have that thing where I see blood or high stress moments and I'll be like, I faint. I'm like one of those old ladies from the movies. Except I don't do that. I just seizure and faint. But yeah, and you can do it with exercises. There's certain exercises you can do to reset it. Apparently, I heard about it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm doing too much right now. That's a thing for another day. But it can actually help reset your whole digestive system, because they're saying because I did some Googling while I was waiting at that, and they say the vagal nerves carry signals between your brain, heart, and digestive system. So they're a key part of your parasympathetic nervous system. Vagus nerve damage can lead to gastroparesis, food not moving into your intestines, and some people with vasovagal syncope, faint from low blood pressure. And it can treat epilepsy and depression if you vagal nerve stimulation. So yeah, there's a whole range of different exercises and stuff you can do for it, which you can look up online. But it affects your heart rate, mood, mucus, skin, speech, taste, how much you weigh.
Wow.
There's a whole range of different things that it affects. Yeah. So and all of that is what I'm suffering from at the moment. So my vagal nerve is irritated or something. Sounds funny, my vagal nerve. Sorry.
Oh,
But
there
yeah.
we go.
Because
Interesting.
so
Huh?
Yeah.
Can you hear?
What do I full on pass out?
Thank you.
that sounds.
We can hear you.
I got
I've been
earbuds
doing it
in,
since I was 7.
so
I've been passing out since I was 7 because of blood, and if I get too emotional, I just out. So
Interesting. Wow.
So that's actually it was my psychologist who told me about the reset, and I spoke to him yesterday, and he said that I'm probably right, that I've always been in survival mode. That's why I'm so high anxiety and all that sort of stuff due to situations in my life. So yeah, but he did teach me this. Actually, he did. Tara, actually, that's why I wanted to come on. Tara, because yesterday I was feeling the same, flat, empty, low, and my psychologist got me to see how I'm feeling within my body, like how my face feels, how my shoulders feel, like sensations, how you feel emotionally and physically, and it actually kind of brought me down from my, why am I so stressed all the time, all that sort of stuff, and just being aware of what sensations, whatever you're feeling causes in you, is actually really helpful to actually bring you out of whatever that sensation or whatever that feeling is. So it's kind of like putting yourself back into your body rather than stressing about things that you can't actually do anything about right now. So it was really helpful yesterday because I was in a high anxiety state, calmed me right down, and I just thought, well, I'll just keep doing that, because I noticed that when I get stressed or anxious, I feel this burn in the top of my throat, top of my neck, shoulders here, and that's because I tense up without even knowing about it, and then after a while, the tenseness causes the burn. So there's just a whole range of different things that emotions can cause in your body that it's not so great. So, and also all the high cortisol and adrenaline that I've always got going through my body, it's not good for your heart, anything either. So,
No.
so you can just kind of bring it back. I actually went to look behind me then for a second.
Oh my
everybody is saying hi, and Cosmic is the one right down here. When you walked in, she actually started looking behind her.
Oh goodness. And how are you?
Every day, right?
Yeah. So after that yesterday, Cosmic, you felt better, or I'm just curious, was it yesterday, today that started feeling a little bit better through your process?
It was yesterday after speaking to the psychologist, actually, because it's good to know that I'm not completely psycho. I'm only mildly psycho. I'm good psycho. But knowing that my feelings and my reactions to things are actually a normal reaction, what a normal person would have, even though I'm neurodivergent, my reactions would be the same as a neurotypical person. It's just because I feel things a little bit more extreme, my reaction's a little bit more extreme as well. So, but yeah, no, it's good. It's nice to know, because I go from this meeting on Mondays to my psychologist. I take whatever I learn here and like, so can you help me with this?
Yeah.
It's really good. So yeah, finding a good psychologist is tops.
It's key.
So,
it's key.
Yeah.
Good. And Christy, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I actually had something that I wanted to say to encourage everybody today. So, I realized that the world is just in a really icky place right now, and we're all kind of in an icky place because of that. And how cool is it that a one-off line from a comedy show is what brought us all together and what has created this beautiful space. And each and every one of you are going through your own things right now. And maybe you're learning to tune into your intuition. Maybe you've never experienced your intuition. Maybe you're learning to set boundaries for the first time. Maybe this is the first time in your life where you're really experiencing life completely substance free. And each one of you are doing amazing, amazing things. And I want to encourage you to trust yourselves, because there have been people who have come to me, who have shared things with me. And I just want to say, not a single one of you were wrong. Not a single one of you did I come back and go, well, you missed the boat on that one. Like, you were right about what you thought. You were right about what you felt. And I just want to say that to you, because each and every one of you should trust yourselves more than you do, because you really are very aware. And, if setting boundaries are feeling icky for you, it could just be because you've spent your whole life people pleasing, and that's how you were conditioned to be. And now you're going against that. And of course, that's going to feel weird, but you're going to get better at it. And it's going to feel more natural and in line with who you are. Maybe you're seeing something happen that's spinning out of control, and you're trying to figure out, like, why is this happening? And sometimes the why is not the big important thing. Like, it's not, why is this person doing this? What's going on in their minds? That's where I always go. But it's your lesson to learn. And so what does that look like to you? It doesn't really matter the why that they're doing what they do. It's, what can you learn from it? And each and every one of us on the screen is going to learn something completely different because of where we're at in our journeys. Some are just starting, some are way down the road, some are, going through the loop-de-loops on the road. But, if you bring the focus back to yourself and you ask yourself those healthy questions of, how does this make me feel and why? And, what, if any, part did I have in this? When you learn that lesson, the lessons stop. So, don't get wrapped around the psychology of why this person did what they did, or why, it might not, that might not be the lesson for you. And so I just want to encourage each and every one of you, because I've seen all of you grow so much and so beautifully. And there's a lot of ickiness going on, and a lot of people asking why, and a lot of people going, what is going on? And it's really, and look at what you know to be true. Do things add up? Do they make sense? What is it? And as you start setting those boundaries, they're going to be icky at first, but then they're going to get easier. And then you'll be the person in the room who's like, wait, I never seen that. What? Huh? And everybody's like, well, it's because you have RBF and people stay away from you. But also, like I said, maybe you're just learning to experience life for the first time, to really feel it. And dropping into your body is an amazing way to do that when you're feeling flat. One thing you can do is just start at the top of your head and, like, tense up your face and then release it. Tense up your shoulders and release it. And what it does is it drops you into your body. Box breathing is a good thing to do. Gratitude journals. When you're feeling flat, it's amazing to go back and look at the amazing things that were said about you, or that you did, or that you felt, or that you encouraged. And those are all things. Yoga, Pilates, walks, listening to something encouraging. But I just wanted to encourage each and every one of you, because I know a lot of people are going through a lot of stuff right now, and there's just a lot of really ickiness. And I just want you to know, not a single one of you that I've spoken to personally have I ever been like, You were wrong on that one, weren't you? So I want to encourage you because, even if maybe you missed the mark initially, as long as you cottoned on to it, that's what matters. And the Native Americans have a thing that they say that mistakes only happen when you don't learn your lesson. Everything else is a learning opportunity. So if you see it as a learning opportunity and you see, how can I apply this to my life and myself? Maybe that will be helpful. But everybody here, everybody on the screen works really hard to make sure this is a safe place for you guys to come. And I know a lot of people have been sharing deeper parts of their stories, finding themselves. We're watching people grow. And, it's amazing. And just, if nothing else, be the person that you needed when you were at your lowest. And I'm pretty sure that person was not Mikey on his bad day. Right? But it's there's just a lot of beauty to be seen here. And when everything else is falling apart, this could be some people's consistent. It might be their one time for connection. It might be their one time a day they get to kind of talk or chat, and that's beautiful. And I'm, for one, feel very honored to be here and be a part of that. And that's all I wanted to say, because I thought that was encouraging, and I wanted to encourage all of you, because I think about you guys a lot, whether you think about it or not, but I do, and I just wanted to say that.
That was so interesting, because that was one of the things I was thinking about earlier. I was reviewing my notes from the last place I worked a while ago, and they were talking about the way you affect change. And they had it broken out into a acronym: FEAR, FEAR, focus, emotion, agitation, and repetition. Basically, you have to be focused on what you want to change. You have to have the emotional feel. A lot of people will use vision boards and things like that to trigger that. Agitation, you see that used a lot in brainwashing. Cults will do this. Yeah. What you do is you make something different. They'll put somebody in baggy clothing, or what Tommy talks about this a little bit. You start making your bed. You change things up, and he talks about doing that when you're trying to get the ants out of your head. And repetition. That's just where you start a change, and it only takes a little bit. It doesn't take a lot of discipline. It just takes repetition to where it will become a habit. And it's like, oh my gosh, there's so much of this stuff I forgot.
Right.
But that is really important to get emotion involved, because that's how we talk. That's how we talk to the lower part of our brain. That's how you affect it.
Yeah. Well, and even sometimes just asking yourself, what do I know to be true? What makes sense? How does it make me feel, and why? Those are really good. A lot of times people say, I want to journal, but I don't know how to journal. Those are great ways to start. How are you feeling today? How does that make you feel? Why do you think you're feeling that way? And you're not always going to get the answers. But you might come up with something that you missed. And mostly I know there's been a lot going on, and I just wanted to encourage everybody, because gosh, we need that sometimes, don't we?
Yeah, and what you said was really it's something that I have started doing myself, as far as like you saying that you can't really control how other people treat you or what they think or how they act. The only thing you control is yourself and how you respond to however they treat you or act. And if they treat you badly, you've got to take yourself out of the situation, which I am I'm trying to do. But it's just it's true, you kind of once I stopped trying to figure out why people were acting the way they were, rather than why it keeps happening, why this happens to me, rather than it's not my fault, but I must contribute in some way to put myself in the situation. He said it's a lesson I haven't learned somehow.
Yeah.
So
well, and it's a difficult way, because if you have something that just kind of keeps on showing up in your life, it is kind of hard to look at that and go, what's my part in it? And I know situations in my life, it's like, well, I didn't feel worthy enough to whatever, to leave, to, like and it came down it's to me, and then I had to work on that, and that was my healing part of it. Like, okay, well, why am I so worried about that? And it gets really deep, and I mean, it's not that way at first, but Jeff Foxworthy said something. I was watching his interview with Maya Bialik on Breakdown. If you've not seen it, go watch it. It's really good. But he said, in life, you just need some of those moments where you just hold your nose and jump in. And I think that goes for positive things, like, like this life of getting back to the gypsy life. You just get rid of your stuff. You hold your nose, you jump in, and you're like, all right, well, we're going to figure it out as we go. We get 2 dogs and a shitty kitty. Here we are. But I think too, that can be your healing journey. Like you don't have to wade into it. I mean, if it's something you're like, I see these patterns, okay, just jump in and go for it. Don't be afraid of what's there. Whatever you've gone through, it's not going to hurt you again. You're not, you have to go through it and see it, and it might bring up feelings, but it's not being done to you again. And sometimes that's an interesting way to come at it. And distance and time give you a lot of ability to do that, And
Well, yeah, well, I'm just reading what Tara said here, trying to figure out what other people do. Hang on, trying to figure out why other people do things can be a waste of time, energy. And she goes, I guess my fascination with psychology can hold me back sometimes. But that's exactly why I'm fascinated with psychology. Like, I want to know the ins and outs of why people do the things they do and why I do the things that I do. And instead of putting that into trying to figure out why people treat me so shit, I'm going to try and put it into helping people instead by being, doing that peer psychology thing. So psychologist, whatever, peer support, whatever. So instead of me trying to help myself and figure out other people's brains, I'll try and help people figure out their own brains.
And it doesn't mean that you can't go back and figure out why people do the messed up stuff that they do. Figure your part of it out first. And then you can go back and look at, like, hey, what's going on with this person? It doesn't mean that you can't do it. I love psychology too. And I love to, like, man, if I could dig through people's brains, that would be amazing for me. But, I think the other thing too, this is the thing I was going to say. Sometimes people need more help than what we can give them. They need real professional help, or they need, real things. And if you are encountering somebody who's in that position, then, it is safe to say, okay, you know what, there isn't anything I can really do to help this person in the way that they need it at this time, especially if you're needing to distance from that person. So, maybe you step back and offer them the opportunity to seek the help that they need. And then it's up to you to decide, do you want to leave the door open or do you not? Like, I'm a door slammer most of the times, but not always.
Yeah. I'm actually going to go to school for this. I'm not going to just...
yes, that's amazing. So, you'd be so good at it.
Because you can do it online. And then you get to obviously do regular parts with people. But I've already looked into it because I don't have anything that I really want to do in life other than escape. So run away. So, if I can find something that will help me feel like I'm contributing.
I think you would be amazing at it. You have so much experience and so much to offer, and I think you would do great. And I know, Tara, I dropped in on Tara's channel the other day, Tara Smiling, and they were talking about forgiveness, and that was really amazing. And there's a lot of amazing things out there, and if you haven't checked out her channel, maybe go give it a listen when you get a chance. But she's a peer support coach too, and I think that's amazing to have people like that, in the group and help and encourage and take something from your life that wasn't great and make it other people's survival guides, just
Yeah.
that, how awesome is that? Right? Like, look, I learned this. Here's the deal. And that
Well,
can be
I guess,
amazing.
and if I actually, succeed with it, it will be another ripple from the boat.
Mhm.
Because I wouldn't have thought of
Yes.
doing it without the boat. So
Right.
Yes.
And that's amazing.
That's That's inspirational, especially with the day that I'm having. So thank you.
oh, you're inspirational for me, honestly.
Thank you.
And I apologize. I'm trying to show some of the comments, but it goes in front of all of the bottom of us, our face.
Yeah.
That's
So,
okay. You can hide my face.
Yeah, I'm fine. I haven't even done my hair today. It's all fluffy.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be rude. It just felt rude to like block
Yeah,
you.
I got no makeup on.
Like,
You can just.
Remember for next time, when I try to help, I need to switch it before I go live.
Well,
Is
and
Carol's-
you've
is
got
Carol in the
the
background?
two Christies. We just keep talking anyway. Her phone overheated. Hey,
Oh, okay.
no.
I was
Awake and said two. Awake and says 2 dogs and a shitty kitty, a gypsy love story. What a great title for your memoirs.
Okay, so this is honestly what I thought I would call it. When we went to, I'll have to tell you guys the story of us driving through Canada on our way to Alaska. I almost got Michael into a fist fight with a bunch of people, and I lost my mind. It was really awful. Lord Kiss Freak has heard part of the story. But I was going to name it Being in the Woods, Avoiding Bears and Other Adventures of the Road. All you could do. You'd see this sign that said like rest area. And I was like, oh, yay, rest area. Because in the States, there's a building and picnic areas and bathrooms. And no, it was like a half circle dirt drive and a trash can and some woods. And you're like, oh, and this was like when the bison and the bears were waking up and everything was coming out and you had porcupines waddling around. You don't. Now you act like somebody and you do not do that. You stay in your room.
Oh my goodness. This is my
calling his
favorite part.
right every day. Oh, Chrissy gets it. I started calling his kennel his room because I felt really bad being like, go to your cage. So now I'm like, go to your room. And I'm like, oh my God. My kids, if they ever watch this, are going to be like, well, she wasn't that nice to us. I was a decent mom. I mean, but yeah, he, bless his heart. So lovey and sweet, but then other times he just is
Just like all of us, we have our moments. Oh goodness.
he does indeed.
So I'm gonna have to go here really shortly. So I'm gonna toggle myself off when I need to go, so I don't interrupt you guys, and then it should just kind of stay this way. Sadly.
We'll find out.
But I'm pre-warning. If I disappear, that's what happens. And not that we don't love y'all. I really wish I could stay at this meeting instead of figuring out how to hop over to the next one. But I really have to get to the next one. It's a thing.
Right. Great. Well, have fun at your next meeting. Hopefully it goes well for you.
I have better attitude towards it this week. I'm trying anyway.
There you go.
So I will say goodnight.
Love and support.
Thank you. I'll say goodnight, and I love y'all, and thank you so much. And
Good night. Yeah.
And just my brain's everywhere. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Bye. Just fine.
All right. Well, how's everybody else feeling?
Why am I? No, I'm not doing this. No.
All
There, that's better.
What?
That's better. Yeah.
Oh my
Well,
God.
and I noticed that views. I haven't played in here very much, of course. But
Nice.
I like
Well,
the
is
way
everybody else having a good day? Everybody in the
So,
chat?
yeah, I've only been awake 2 hours, so yeah, so far.
So far, so good.
Yeah, I actually got some
seems like
cough.
a lot.
Sorry, I got some cough medicine for my cough yesterday, so I'm not as bad today, thank God.
There you
So
go. There you go.
yeah, that's good.
That's good.
Yeah. So what's everyone doing? Yeah.
Yeah, I
I don't
can't
even
see
know
the
what to do
say
comments
right now.
at
Where's
all.
Carol?
So, right?
I'm trying to watch the comments, and I'm not nearly as good at this as Carol
I
does.
don't see all she did.
A lot of people have kind of been having a bad, kind of almost like the seasonal, the kind of the sad portion of it. So there's
Mm-hmm.
multiple people that are
Mm-hmm.
experiencing that, and
Yeah.
but yeah,
Well, and I
which
think it's tough
is it?
when the days are cold and then it's sunny and warm and then it's cold and then like things are already blooming and you know that we're not to the point where we should be at spring and I mean it just I can understand how, because it's a lot of back and forth. Um, and so I can see where that comes from, like that's I don't have a good
Yeah.
solution.
Oh, it's like one of those statistics I read once where they talk about Seattle, and it's good. Seattle seems like
Oh yeah.
it'd be a place for real bad depression. And
Oh yeah.
it was really odd that on sunny days it tends to be worse for people. It's like,
Mhm.
what is that delayed effect? Is it because they see that big flaming ball of gas in the sky and they don't know what it is? I don't know.
So when I lived in Seattle, it was they actually recommend people take higher doses of vitamin D. They have
Mhm.
the highest rate of MS and cerebral palsy in the nation because there's so few days of daylight. And yeah, it is. It's really weird when you walk out and you see the sun out. It's kind of like, what is that? I mean, it really kind of is. You're like, oh, oh wow. Oh, okay. I mean, it really, you really do. You're just like, okay. So, but I seen someone said that their daughter was dealing with X issues. That's difficult. I'm so sorry that she's having to deal with those. Those are not fun issues to deal with
No,
at all.
they're not.
And
And just
Matrix
I'm kind of
is having
wondering.
a few back issues. Yeah,
Okay.
I hope you feel better soon,
Hmm.
Matrix. But yeah, as far as the sunshine aspect, I kind of wonder if that's why
Hmm.
Queenslanders are thought of as so happy because we have one of the highest rates of skin cancer in the world because we've got so much sun,
Oh wow.
and
Ah,
well, Australia does in general. But it's sort of like
right.
it's really hard to be sad if the sun is shining. You wake up and
Yeah.
the sun's shining, you can hear kookaburras and all that sort of stuff. It's just really hard to be sad all the time. Although that's not to
It,
say there aren't people with
right.
depression and all that sort of stuff in Australia. But me
Right.
personally,
Right. Right.
sunny days are my favorite days when it's not
There
summer.
you go.
But
the
Awesome.
little fur child used her nails because I was ignoring her. So
Oh,
here's her little debut. She says hi, and she
hello.
her mom is doing stuff ignoring her.
How funny.
To be
Well, I
trained.
do have to run upstairs and check on my laundry. That's another thing I'm getting used to again is not having the laundry just like right there in the room. You got to run upstairs. And so I'm actually going to toggle off. If I get back and you guys are still here, then
we're nearly
I'll
at an
hop on. But
hour.
um and let's see. Oh yeah, inner guidance. Yeah, that's so important. All right, well you guys
Well, that's
all take care and hopefully I'll see you back, but if I don't, I'll see you tomorrow. So hang in there, go be amazing. Go conquer your world as only you can. We'll be here to light the way.
okay. Love you, Christy.
Have a good evening. If we don't see you,
Oh, hell no, we are not doing this. You're getting drug up there. Oh, come on. Let me drag you up there.
Nummy, keep me down here.
Oh,
I'm
come on.
holding on to the bottom. I'm holding on to the bottom.
Oh, it's not letting me drag now.
Uh-huh.
What the heck? Okay, fine. Be that way.
Feel like now said,
Doggone.
uh-huh.
Doggone difficult thing. You're just being snotty. Aha! Thank you.
Hey.
First you don't
Nope.
succeed. Try again.
Put me back down. Yeah, so
I don't know how Ben does that, so I can't move you. Or maybe
you have to be a nice person. Oh, don't you dare!
I
Oh,
I just figured it out. I will be fine here.
Well, see, I am down under, so I need to be on the bottom.
Well, and I'm wearing pink because I wanted to kind of have this be an uplifting day. I don't know if other people do that, but I wear colors based on how I'm feeling. And if I need to kind of uplift myself a little bit versus not. So yeah, maybe my pink will cheer people up a little, maybe.
Yeah, it's a nice color. So, but we're nearly at an hour if we just wanted to, I don't know if unless anyone in the chat's got something they wanted to talk about. Because I got nothing.
Well, I'm just kind of going through the chat here. Oh, and yes. Get over it, Ben.
no.
Yeah, Miss C to help with some of the pain. Yeah, it looks like I think I may have missed something, and I apologize if I've missed something in the chat.
I haven't seen anything. I'm not really good at keeping up. So, but yeah. So, do you just want to call it a day?
We can end it with a huzzah, or would we like to end it with some box breaths?
I'm easy. Whichever which way you want to go.
And
What was anyone else want?
oh, okay. Don't be the only one to talk. I'm realizing I have the Aaron thing where I don't like dead air.
Yeah, same. We can just box press. There we go. Cool.
Okay. I am not. I apologize. I'm not as good as Christy, but I can lead us in box press. Yep. Try. So everyone, get comfy. Maybe shoulders back. Go into maybe close your eyes. Go into your heart space. Or put your hand over your heart. And what we'll do is we'll do breathe in for 4, holds for 4, and breathe out for 4. And I'll do 3 of those. So inhale, hold, exhale. Inhale, hold, exhale. And inhale, hold, and exhale. And I hope that helps. Feel free to open your eyes when you're ready. Any final thoughts, Ben?
I got nothing. I got absolutely nothing. I'm just glad I was able to drag you up there. That's the big thing.
I don't really care.
It has been a day, but my day's been nowhere near as bad as it has for other people in here. So I'm kind of thankful for that. My day's just filled with math, and we don't like math.
Sounds like hell to me.
Oh. Yeah, Carol's back.
Yay!
Hey!
Now it feels normal.
I was racing home.
Get up to the top.
We were about to get off because we didn't necessarily have very much left to talk about, and I did some box press, but it's your show.
I just wanted to at least say goodbye to everybody, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, I rushed all the way home. From
Anything
town.
you need?
I had stopped in a park, and yeah, it's a good little home, if not more.
Did they numb your mouth?
Yeah, it got overheated and it wouldn't open up the app again. So
Did they
you guys
numb
there?
your mouth this time?
Yeah.
Yep, we're
we
here.
just did a little surface thing because they had put a shield over the bone graft, and they were having to pull that out, so they just did a little local anesthetic. And did a cleaning, and then they did a MRI of my whole mouth and my nervous system to see what kind of shape I was in for implants in a area where I've had a tooth gone for a long time. Ben, do a tube of terror, Peanut, before we have. Shall Ben?
I don't have it with me. I actually Kiss Freak talked why I let him do this to me. I don't know. And it's all him. I have no responsibility in this. But he talked me into getting some tincture too, so we're going to start abusing ourselves that way. I don't see how Tommy does it. I really don't.
Maybe because he's been doing it longer.
Well, I think he just lives with his brother, and so he's just used to the abuse, I suppose. I don't know. There was at one time I was in fear of Tommy's safety, and I said, I know quite a few people in law enforcement. If you're fearing for your safety, let me know. We can make this work. I can get you out of there.
I still don't think food should be able to attack you. So.
Yes.
Wow, yeah, some of the gross stuff he's eating.
Not once it's already on your plate, anyway. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to go anyway because I've got some calls I'm going to make, and I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
All righty. I'm going to push the right button today.
Thank you, Rebecca.
You are welcome.
And you guys,
and then don't forget to like.
You guys who are subscribed, I've had some people telling me that that YouTube had unsubscribed them. So you might, if you still like us and like what we're doing here, make sure you're still subscribed.
Yeah, I was unsubscribed from Tommy's channel yesterday.
That's crazy. That is not in YouTube's interest. They need to get that fixed.
Yeah, because the thing is, I can understand if I never attended there, but even when I don't comment, I usually lurk.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I do hope you have yourself a great day, and I hope that you're able to keep the goats in line, and your Raider fan goats, and with all the tattoos and the gang activity.
Yeah.
Well, you take care of it.
They do have an interesting way of acting like a gang. They do. Especially those boy goats. They're something else. So I'm on chore duty all by myself tonight, huh?
No, I'll be back.
Okay.
You guys take care. Have a great day.
You too, Ben.
Too. And Carol,
Yeah.
Henny asked how you were feeling. If there's anything, I'm not sure if you covered that, but just wanted to make sure I gave you a chance. I'm trying to make sure I'm watching chat.
Penny, what now?
Henny, here, I'll show it. She asked, "How are you feeling?"
Feeling okay. Yeah, it was just a periodontal cleaning and getting the shield off my bone graft, and in a consultation about what can be done about my little blank space here where my other tooth was pulled years ago, and all that good stuff.
Yes.
And Zelda asked if you have any baby goats.
And what now? Oh, do I have any baby goats? I have about a halfway grown little baby girl goat, Her name is Seven because she's got a perfect little 7 right across her nose. Like it starts at the base of her nose and it goes up and it goes over, and it even has a little thing down. I mean, it's the most perfect 7 you ever saw. So her name is Seven.
Aww. That is awesome.
And I may have some on the way next month because I had a couple of girl goats that jumped the fence to get over on the boys' side.
Oh, yes. And Ben said, nope, Ben, you didn't kill the stream this time. But is there anything else you needed before we end the session?
No, I'm just a little bit rattled. I don't like, now that I live out in the country, driving the interstates makes me crazy a little bit. I've slowed down from city life. So I'm just rattled. I couldn't think of, you know what, Jelda, I will do a film of the goats and put it up on my regular, like on a regular video. I've been meaning to do that anyway.
And I don't know if, Kara, you knew Tommy was here earlier too. I'm not sure if he's still, which was awesome.
Right on.
But I guess if, yep, Tara.
Yeah. Appreciate you too, Tara. I hope you get to feeling better.
Yeah. And please let us know if there's anything we can do to help.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I guess if there's nothing else, I will log off. Oh, thank you, Henny, for posting the needing a meeting.
Thank you.
Okay. So you've got some really great mods who are all the stuff that I don't think.
Unreal how great they are.
Yes.
You guys are top notch.
So I just want to wish everyone a good evening and much love and support and hugs to you all.
Same to you, Rebecca. Love you.
Love you. Oh, I think if I go, I end the stream.
Oh.
Because all I've got is end stream right now.
Okay. Try. Yeah, there we go. She did it. You guys, thank you so much. I apologize for missing most of the meeting. I did listen to it on the way home. I was, after my phone heated up and I was kicked off the software, I was listening, and you guys are, man, it was a great meeting. I'm sorry I missed some of it. Didn't miss all of it though. Thanks so much for being part of this, you guys. You guys are amazing. I love this community so much. You guys just rock my world in the best possible way. And I love you so much, and I hope to see you again next meeting. And until then, peace, y'all.